wants me to forgive my bully sister. I sent a cease and desist.
What did she say?
I am the youngest of 4 children. Sisters, 36, 34, 30, and me, 27.
Time out.
It's I had my board right there.
It's okay, now Riley has his board.
My 30-year-old sister, Lisa, bullied me relentlessly growing up. She would pick on me at school to curry favor.
What does curry favor mean?
Means to try to gain favor by flattering or pleasing someone.
Shut up.
Okay.
Seek approval, special treatment.
It started with name-calling and escalated from there. She humiliated me in front of groups of girls, and as we got older, she moved on to spreading horrible rumors about me. The teachers took her side, including the school's disciplinarian.
Oh, the little manipulator.
They felt I was making it up because she was a great student. I was also a straight-A student.
She got better ones.
She got an A in lunch.
Bet you didn't do that.
You an AP lunch?
That was an honors lunch.
Not as good as AP.
Lisa consistently denied everything to my parents. She would play innocently at home, cry about how mean I was being to her, and go out of her way to be nice to me.
Are we ready to story about Sophia? I wish Sophia was here. Sometimes whenever she told me whenever Sam would touch her, she'd just go, ow! She has this so in her brain that if anyone lays a finger on her, her immediate reaction is, oh!
It's true.
I'd love to see her play soccer. It's flopping.
Any contact sport.
Poor girl.
Red card.
She blinked at me. She blinked in my direction. That's her. Fortunately, my parents didn't buy it and eventually sent me to a different school to get me away from her.
Oh my gosh! Horrible parenting. You know what my parents would do? They'd probably put me and my brother in a big extra large t-shirt and make us hug each other until we made up.
I feel like in that huddle of being like hugging your brother, you're like shoving as hard as you can.
To make us stop.
Like jab.
My parents could never prove what she had done and were stonewalled by school officials who didn't see the bullying. Yeah, that's always the problem. Nobody ever sees it, and then it's like, everything's fine. Since the school was no help, they kept us separated at home, and even put Lisa in therapy, though she still never admitted to anything. Even after they moved me to a different school in the same city, I couldn't bring friends over because she would quickly tell anyone about my personality.
She has a nice personality.
I will never talk about anyone's personality on this show.
That's such a lie.
I'll talk about your vibe. I will never speak a word about your personality.
By the way, this comes from Recycled Crazy, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
Yo, I'm Riley.
What was that? I'm Keon.
Trying something new?
He's trying something new.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
And we're here to give some good advice, Goofly, but we don't have all the answers. We'd only tell you what we would do, but you should tell us what you do in the comments.
Tell me more about Satan.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Does he have a pitchfork?
No, she. We're talking Lisa's Satan.
Okay. As OP says, because of all this, Lisa was phenomenally popular. She was basically treated like royalty by people who'd asked what weird crap I'd done on the weekend. If I wore a new shirt to school, she'd tell classmates I was trying to fit in so they'd pile on. Fortunately, this was before the rise of social media. I left for university across the country and it was transformative. I could finally be myself. My parents put me into therapy while I was at school and I had to work on some issues, including trust and body issues, some of which I still have.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Let's cram your whole childhood into college. Why don't you?
I don't understand why the parents weren't doing anything.
She's golden child.
It's golden child syndrome. You wouldn't understand though. You weren't that, from what we can tell.
Katie Paladin asks, is that what you would do with your sister if your parents ever did that to you, Keon? No.
Maybe?
What's the question?
A few years after high school, Lisa eventually came clean to a therapist and admitted to my family what she had done to me. My family was horrified. My oldest sisters had long assumed I was making it up, and while they never joined in, they never took my side or protected me either.
What?
As a result, I'm close to my parents, but I could easily go the rest of my life without seeing my sisters. My oldest sister, Sarah, has made frequent attempts to reconcile, as have my other sisters. I'm not really interested. I got married last year, finished law school, and started working. My wife, Audrey, and I decided to elope, inviting only our parents for a quick ceremony.
By the way, everyone, OP is 27 male.
Then, due to an unforeseen wiener wrapper incident where I went in without a helmet, we got pregnant and had a beautiful daughter.
Oh, let's go.
I like how it was unforeseen. You didn't use protection, so obviously that was seen.
I'm gonna throw this rock down a hill. Might hit someone.
Yeah.
Since I threw it down, I didn't know that would happen.
It's already going.
Hey guys, we're gonna get back to the stories real soon, but I have to know. Sophia, what are you doing?
I'm gathering all my worms for the early bird special.
What are you talking about?
the early bird special for the OK Storytime live show, where tickets are $10 until August 26th.
Okay, Storytime
I'm
Live!
the ugliest person in the entire world.
Oh, so this is exclusive head.
What? No way!
Yep. Go to okop.show to get tickets early.
The problem is, Lisa and my other sisters don't just want to make amends, they want to meet our daughter. I came home from work to find Audrey at the dinner table reading a letter, and she asked me to sit down. Lisa had written a long letter, and Audrey wanted to read it first in case it was more of her craziness. In it, Lisa explained that she'd had a difficult past, wrote about how she had ruined my life and my relationships with my sisters, and said she'd had a sit down with my family and told them everything.
Whoa.
She wanted to approach me before they did. I read the letter and felt very little, mostly disdain. Audrey booked a couples therapy session. Therapist asked to speak with me alone, and I told her the extent of what Lisa had put me through. She was helpful, but recommended I work on my issues some more, felt like a money grab, and that I should look within myself to forgive Lisa, even if I never pursued a relationship. My wife thinks I should forgive her, and that she and my sisters should meet with the baby at a public location.
Lisa's coming back because you have a kid? I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's not fun at all. Why all of a sudden I have a new family member? You want to be buddy-buddy with me? Are you trying to ruin that kid's life too?
My favorite thing is she went to therapy and everyone is like, oh, you did this. But what was the punishment? She didn't get punished for anything.
Actions have consequences.
She's like, oh, I went to therapy. Everything I said, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Everything's good, right?
This is weird, okay?
We're cool. Your childhood was fine. Everything's fine now. Put a Band-Aid over it.
Yeah, good point. Where is the consequences? We should take away her will.
To live.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
I was start talking monetary things here. She's like, let's just grab her soul real quick.
Take away your will. To live.
Just make her depressed all of a sudden, why don't we?
That's where you're going with this.
Oh, shit.
My bad.
What is in that little mind of yours?
I had a coffee.
It makes me evil.
I want to win a live.
It makes you chaotic neutral. Or is that chaotic bad or chaotic good? I don't
It
even
looks
know.
bad right now.
It seems a little bit.
That was left field right there.
I told Audrey that if I'm forced to be near Lisa, I'll simply explode, and I refused. Yeah, we don't want that.
You've already exploded.
She didn't push it then, but began applying pressure on me to start forgiving. My sisters also stepped up the frequency of emails, letters, and messages through my mother or wife. I got Lisa's email and wrote a formal cease and desist, warning her that any further contact with me, my wife, or my child would result in legal action.
Ooh,
It got back to my wife, who has been really upset with me.
yeah.
Nobody knows what you truly went through, OP. And if you do not want, what?
Let's get on the soapbox after the update.
I feel like I have every right to keep them out of my life and owe them nothing. Audrey thinks I owe Lisa, who she feels was deeply traumatized, the chance to apologize to my face. This past weekend, I was out getting groceries for Audrey. When I got home, there was a car in the driveway. Didn't recognize. I went in and found my oldest sister. I was furious. I told her and her husband to get out, and I was furious with Audrey too. We got into a fight, and I told her to never ever blindside me again, or I'd divorce her. She felt bad, but I was so mad I spent the weekend sulking and working in the basement. Honestly, Reddit, I don't even know what to do anymore. Everyone is pushing me one way, and I absolutely hate the idea of ever forgiving her. Oh, and there's an update.
What were you saying earlier?
Nobody knows what OP has went through.
Agreed.
I don't think OP is evil by any means.
No.
I think that,
It's a form of protection.
what?
Would you agree with his actions and the things that he's doing?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be hurt anymore.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate concern because this girl has done it your entire life and she's supposed to be your protector, like a role model. Like your siblings usually are supposed to be role models, friends, whatever, but she's not. She made your life a living heck. So why would you ever, I feel like people are downplaying it.
Agreed.
Of course they're downplaying it because
It's Lisa. What's she gonna do?
she's still the golden child.
It's just Lisa. She's just quirky that way.
Everyone went, oh, so that was the truth. You were telling the truth. Oh, I'm sorry. Cool. We're all cool though, right? Everything's back to normal?
Yeah.
I do think you went a little over the line, OP, of getting a cease and desist letter for your sister because you didn't talk to your wife first. Because whenever you're, I believe whenever you're in a marriage, it's a team and decisions like that affect the family and you should have been on the same page with your wife
But
on
the
that.
the wife also went behind OP's back and invited her there.
Well, yeah. That's like another thing that she did in the wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, they both were in the wrong on those aspects of not being on the same team. And OP, It's coming from a place of protection. Why am I going to bring my tormentor, where I've had a horrible childhood for 18 years, be around my kid?
Yeah.
And the people that let it happen, why am I going to let them also be a part of my child's life?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I have a kid, and everyone wants to be there. And I get what your wife's coming at. Family, it takes a village. Maybe find another therapist that isn't there for the cash.
But also, when looking back at how OP moved and had a whole transformation and felt free away from all of the negativity and bullying from his family, he now does not want to go back to that chapter. And I agree. I don't think you should have to go be in the past. You don't owe your sister anything, especially when she's treated you so horribly your entire life.
It's your
and
boundary.
You also don't owe your family anything.
Yeah, it's your boundary.
I don't think the issue is between OP and his sisters. I think the issue is between OP and his wife being on the same page.
I think OP has his idea what he wants to do with his sister. That's fine. It's OP's wife that's like, I don't think she understands. I don't think she'll ever understand because she didn't have that experience.
I think you could make her understand and just give her give
taste.
Audrey a little taste of what you grew up with. Oh, are you really gonna wear that shirt? Sure, you wanna wear that outside?
I agree with Katie. OP's clearly not ready for face-to-face. I think everyone should stop trying to push for reconciliation because everyone can forgive on their own time.
Yep.
If you're not ready, you're not ready.
I want to talk about forgiveness at the end of this story.
Forgiveness.
But everyone, near the end of the story, whenever we get there, I want everyone to think of your thoughts about it, and I'd like to read them.
I have an update here.
Yeah!
A week later.
You felt confident about wearing that before you left?
Yes.
I'm being Lisa, just,
I didn't even take offense. I was like, yeah, I like this outfit.
You didn't take offense?
Keon, maybe you should shave that off your face, that caterpillar. Should maybe get that off your face.
Okay.
Don't let him bully you. Say something back to him.
Something back.
You're gonna bully this little guy? Be nice to him.
Wow, yeah, what you just said was way more bullying than what I did. He's an inch tall.
There's an update a week later.
I don't like this anymore.
After reading all of the comments, I went and spoke to Audrey. She knew I was still furious and quickly opened the floor by apologizing and echoing many of the things you all said here. She even referenced comments by a commenter, which took me by surprise. She said she'd found the thread while Googling relationship advice, came across r/relationships, and realized I had written it. Luckily, I used a throwaway account,
Aww.
We talked, she cried, I ate.
Do you like pina coladas?
We talked, she cried, I ate. What?
That's what men do sometimes when they're sad. They eat. I can't.
I felt vindicated, but annoyed that I didn't get my dramatic moment. From what she told me, she has an aunt her mother won't speak to, and she didn't want us getting to that level, which is why she cried. So that's her trauma she's projecting.
Thank you for the clarification.
She felt bad for everything, including meeting my sisters without my knowledge. It goes like this for a while, and meet? As in, I've met them before, not just at our house. I ask her to clarify, and she admits she's met my sisters before, save for Lisa, and I'll get to that. Audrey's school is next to where my sister works. I didn't know this. And they'd meet for coffee and lunch on a few occasions, with my middle sister joining at least once. Son of a witch.
We don't have a name for middle sister, but her name's Beth.
Okay.
So Sarah and Audrey have been meeting together, and Beth has also been there.
So
Behind OP's back.
that is weird. I don't know.
Yep.
I'd be really pissed about that.
Really hard reaction of seeing his sister again after those many years. His oldest sister, not his tormentor. It's just going to be crazy ground we're stepping in.
By this point, I'm furious again. My oldest sister had bumped into Audrey and struck up a conversation, except my mother had given my sister's pictures, so she knew exactly who Audrey was. By bumped into, I mean my sister found her and introduced herself. I felt hard, and I again escaped to my man cave, basically a room in the basement where I occasionally smoke cigars and drink with friends. After I cooled down, I went to talk to Audrey. She'd made me steak and ordered Chinese food, a cheap attempt to calm the situation, which unfortunately worked.
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Yum.
Steak and Chinese food? Holy cow.
Honestly, yeah, the cholesterol's going up. Happiness is also going up.
That's how you get a life insurance
That's
policy.
how you butter someone up. We talked. After I told her that one more omission and I'd seriously question our marriage, I got the entire story. And buckle in for this one, people.
She got stalked. $10 says she got stalked. Any other bets real quick?
She got stalked?
Audrey got stalked by Sarah. Sarah didn't actually work there. She transferred there and then bumped into Audrey.
I feel like this is all like I
need bets. What are your predictions?
think it's a Lisa scheme. I think she put the sisters up to this.
I think all the sisters are getting with Audrey and be like, no, like, it wasn't that bad.
I think Lisa's part of it. I think she's running the circus here. I think she's ringleader and she's telling them to do this for her so that she isn't the bad guy, you know? Because all she does is manipulate people and get them on her side. So I can totally see this. Uh-oh. Lisa, my never-do-well sister, has basically upended the lives of everyone in my family. She made false accusations against my middle sister's husband and admitted to a completely fake affair.
Oh, that wasn't on my bingo card.
She didn't have you to pick on anymore. She had to go to Beth.
Dang. And she made up an affair? That's horrible.
That's so crazy.
Completely. Oh my gosh. Like, what do you do after that? Trust gone for everyone.
Well, I can no longer talk to you or see you.
Well, I think this is turning into her consequences, hopefully.
I hope it does.
Then there was a serious incident at my oldest sister's home that ended with my sister's husband stepping in and my mother calling the police. Lisa was taken for a psych hold and in lieu of criminal charges, admitted for a stay in a regional psychiatric facility where she's barred from contact with my family for the time being.
Holy cow.
Was not on my bingo card.
She's crazy. I mean, we've been new, but like, that's crazy that everyone is just like, you should reconcile.
Hold up.
What?
How many of you think we should see the hospital records before we believe it? Type 1.
You don't think that she would
I'm not
end it?
believing this story.
Really?
I think this is another one of Lisa's schemes.
She willingly went into a psych ward?
I don't think she went to a psych ward at all. I think we're still lying here.
Really?
I need to see documents.
I don't know. I mean, I believe it. This girl's crazy.
This is from my wife, who also talked to my oldest sister, Sarah, who enabled this for most of my childhood. If I want to believe my sister, Sarah, I need to see some sort of documents or something. I believe my wife. I don't know if I believe the people that are giving her that information.
With everything that OP's gone through and no one, I think seeing is believing here. I need
That's
proof.
true. Yeah, I agree. Do need like physical proof. She was diagnosed with a slew of disorders. No crap. My parents know I have a zero tolerance policy for Lisa-related news, which is why none of it ever filtered back to me. So, needless to say, Lisa is now getting treatment and the entire family knows. What infuriated me was that Audrey knew about all of this and still wanted me to make amends.
Whoa.
The climax is happening.
The chance that my kid gets within 100 meters of Lisa is nil. I told Audrey to drop the Lisa issue entirely. It was a non-starter. She's too unwell, and I'm not even sure she isn't putting people on. She's that cunning and too unpredictable, and I won't put myself in any position to deal with her. Audrey accepted that. My oldest sister had to face a bunch of demons and now realizes that to protect her husband and children, they can't be around Lisa unsupervised, and Lisa can only attend events with plenty of potential witnesses. She's not welcome at their home or my parents' home, and any interaction has to be in a public place.
Fair.
I would want nothing to do with her. She is just a cause for disarray.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's count on our fingers. An affair probably lasted, this torment 3 years. And your frontal cortex was probably already connected. A pretty stable adult. Okay, so that's like one pain tolerance. I went through this my entire childhood. My brain wasn't fully developed, and I had a lot of body issues that I still deal with day to day.
And no one in your family stuck up for you.
Oh yeah, what's that? Let's just throw
Or
that on there.
believed you.
Cherry on top. There we go. On the shit cake. Yeah, dude, I don't think you should have a relationship. I'll get into my part about forgiveness, but that is Sarah's relationship with Lisa.
How do we feel about Audrey, your partner, your wife, who knew about all of this and the pretext of why you don't want to connect with her, and she still pushed you to make amends?
I want to get the full story before we make anything about Audrey, because I feel like she might still have some more reasons why she's doing this.
Okay.
My middle sister nearly wound up divorced. Her husband consistently claimed his innocence, but Lisa could spin a story so convincing that people started to believe the affair was real.
Because if she can do this, I think she could also make up all this stuff. That's why I'm like get records.
The two of them went through heck, but it turns out details aren't Lisa's strength, and she eventually made claims that couldn't be backed up. That's when it all fell apart. So my sister's husbands have banned Lisa from their houses and from seeing their kids. Lisa is now living in an apartment by herself and in routine therapy. Well, I guess after all of this went down, it became apparent that not only was I not crazy, but my reaction had been at least partly justified. My sisters decided they wanted to make amends, but I'd been really uninterested. So they picked on the weakest duckling, my wife.
Yeah.
It would have been your kid, but they can't talk yet.
My mother didn't think it was a great idea and felt that if there was going to be a meeting, she should just put it out there and let it be. I honestly would have chosen that route. But no, Audrey, doing her best to infuriate me, asked that I meet my sisters. It would be me, my two sisters, and no one else. I could set the time and place. I agreed on the condition that Audrey not attend and that there be zero expectations. I chose a local pub and got there about an hour early.
Okay, so this is the whole reason she did this. Back to Keon's question, how do I feel about Audrey going about this? It was strategic that the sisters did this.
Manipulative.
Yeah.
And Audrey has some heartstrings tugged because growing up with her aunt and her mom, that was not fun to see.
I would be Audrey in this situation, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'd be like, why don't you give them a chance? And then actually understanding the whole thing, I'd be like, wow, I suck. Sorry. Did not mean to bring up past trauma. Oops.
Yeah, I don't think I have trust issues. Just our relationship would have longer talks and be stronger. Have a more united front. Because I think right now is a perfect time to create a more united front whenever you're about to have a kid. Or you already have a kid, but as kid grows, this is a good way to add some more cement to the foundation.
All week I had been dreading this. We decided to meet on Saturday afternoon.
And Lisa shows up.
If she were... No, I'd be done. I would be like, screw everyone. I'm done with everyone.
Intervention. Lisa's, you're the crazy one, OP.
As OP said, he would explode. Like, he would explode. I was already 2 pints in when they arrived. We sat and had a few moments of stilted conversation. I realized their husbands had come too and were sitting at a different table, so I invited them over. Seems like everything's going pretty good. My sisters had brought pictures of their families and talked about what they were up to and how proud they were of me for becoming a lawyer. Just as I was about to have my dramatic moment, the wind was knocked out of my sails again. My middle sister jumped straight in and apologized profusely, as did my oldest sister and her husband, who grabbed my hand and told me how sorry he was. Okay, seriously? I'd been robbed of my big moment and it made me drink more. There must have been over an hour of them telling me what a dirt pickle Lisa is, how sorry they are, and how they realize they damaged my childhood.
Cool. You know what you need? A time machine. Go back in time, fix it. Because you didn't believe me.
I think they're trying to repair right now. They know the damage has been done and they're talking it through.
I don't know.
Well, afternoon turned to evening. I suggested we take a photo to send my parents, who hadn't seen their kids together in years. When wasted, I apparently didn't think things through. My parents were thrilled and shared the photos with Audrey, who started calling my phone. I was still pissed at her. And leaving me teary, maudlin. What is that?
Maudlin?
Maul. Darth Maul.
No.
Darth Maul.
Maudlin is an adjective that describes someone or something that is tearfully, foolishly, or excessively sentimental.
Is that how they say it? Maudlin?
Just say teary.
Then someone floated the idea that my sisters would host a combined birthday party and family get-together early next month. Being wasted, I agreed. OP. This got back to my parents and wife, who couldn't believe how well it turned out.
Oh no.
I'm not thrilled I drank a little too much, and I'm not thrilled I agreed to a family gathering in October, but I could see how much it meant to my parents. I realized that holding on to so much anger felt better, but was really hurting them, and I don't want to be vindicted. So I can tolerate getting to know them all again at set family events.
Okay.
By the way, you can get to know us on a personal level by listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime.
Who knew a few pints in, OP could solve the world's problems?
I have a feeling that when OP sobers up, they're going to be like, just kidding. I can't do this.
Agal says Audrey's the leakest wink. Goodbye.
One more time.
What'd I say?
Leakest wink.
Leakest wink. Audrey's the linkest wink.
I don't know if we divorce over that. The sisters were being lionesses and manipulative and hunted down Audrey.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, looking at it through OP's eyes, OP has been manipulated and controlled their entire lives.
Yep.
And now for him to meet Audrey, everything's going great, and then all of a sudden their sisters comes in, and then she's kind of manipulating, like pushing him to reconcile, whatever. That's a red flag. Do not tell me, like, this is what my family does. So you need to stay away from them. Like, you need to believe me, and that's where the trauma's coming in again. Because no one's believing OP. Even now his wife is being like, you know, you should reconcile. And he's like, what? Why are you bringing this up? You know, type of thing.
No. I agree. Yeah, I'd like to read more.
We're almost there. Before we went our separate ways, I got to ask my question. Why didn't they believe me? Basically, it boiled down to the fact that Lisa could lie like she breathes and could easily build a narrative where it wasn't clear who was being honest. So I often took the blame. I told them I still have trust issues and how Lisa's behavior affects my personal life. This got them teary and apologizing, which sadly didn't make me as happy as I dreamed it would be. Audrey has been really happy, and my mother called to admit she knows this is just a first step and not an easy process, but having her family back together is something that weighed heavily on her. So I guess I made everyone happy. I'm not thrilled, and getting the answers I wanted didn't feel as good as I thought it would. But there's a weight lifted, and knowing people finally understand I wasn't crazy or a liar makes me feel better.
Keon Bot, can we look for an update? I think you have a lot of hate in your heart, and you're not letting it out, and you still want to hold resentment and hold someone accountable in a just system. Forgiveness eliminates that, and it's letting go of that. And right now you're not at a place to let go of it. But once you forgive your sisters, not saying you are best friends with them, I'm not saying that whatsoever, but once you forgive your sisters, that weight that you've been feeling will go off of your shoulders. Because I read something that, like, having resentment towards someone is poisoning your cup, expecting them to get sick.
Yeah.
And it's causing yourself to be sick. I can only imagine that stuff that's been inside of you. I think having a healthy relationship with boundaries with your sisters is the best route to take. But carrying this still long term,
Yeah.
might you.
I mean, harboring all of that resentment and anger going to have a not only emotional effect on you, but also a physical effect. You'll see it because your body reacts to stress as well, not just your mind.
Have you seen presidents before and after they get out of
Yes.
office?
Yeah.
Like Barack Obama, do the
Crazy.
amount of gray hairs on his head after that?
Yeah.
The amount of millions of people's lives he's had at the stake of his hands?
Yeah.
Making hundreds of millions? Making sure everything's fine?
No update, just some comments saying definitely therapy for both you and your wife, and then also calling out Audrey for like crossing OP's boundaries a bunch of times. I'm pushing it. OP did respond to some of the comments. My kid is going to stay out a lot of this for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Saying, I don't mind brief meet and greets, but I don't want everyone spending too much time together. So again, still like 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing. And I don't blame him. That makes the most sense.
Yep.
I think he still was, this is not what he wanted. When he said, I guess everyone else is happy.
Yeah.
My question for him was this is making you happy? Or is it just you're doing it for the sake of everyone else?
I don't think happiness is the goal here.
What do you think the goal is?
I want to say growth.
You think OP wants to grow?
I don't think he wants to grow, but I think the goal is to grow. It's having a family. You need a village. Not saying you want these people to be close to you, but setting the precedents for your children, getting through this, I think would help with growing in that.
I don't like how...
Growth hurts.
No, I do not like how the mom handled this at all.
Oh, my heart. This has been heavy on me. This has been really hard for me.
You are the adult. You are the mom. You are the parent to this person. To watch your child suffer and do nothing, that's on you. That's not on OP. They don't know what's happening throughout their childhood. Your job as a parent is to lead them in the right direction. Of course, things are going to be challenging. Of course, you're going to fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
You as a parent are there to pick them up and point them in the right direction, to make sure that they have like a stable foundation. And you failed. You failed as a mother. And I give no sympathy towards you.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's wild, dude.
And then for the mom to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so happy you guys are getting back together. Your fault. Your fault. You should have fixed it. You should have stepped up.
I think it's everyone's fault, other than OP. OP didn't tried.
OP is just reacting to everything that's happened to them.
His siblings, his parents.
Hot garbage family right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, a lot of people, I'm like looking more at the comments.
People are pissed.
People are pretty pissed off. OP's wife.
Yeah.
They're like calling her, they're like, you did this for you, not for OP. To like, oh, I'll be a hero, or like,
Yeah.
this this will, I can repair the family.
I didn't get a vibe of her holding his hand through this.
Or understanding.
Parents failed big time. Yes, wifey, talk to Sav. Hey, Savannah, suffering is a part of being human, LOL. Gotta get them used to the misery of adulthood.
Yes, but also, as a parent, your job is to help navigate them through the world. You don't have to baby them, you know, be like, oh, like I'm gonna shield you from all the hurt in the world so you grow up to be happy and healthy and cool. And then they get pounded, like, in their adult.
And, hey, Gal, I do think happiness is the goal, but in this scenario, I just don't think right now happiness is the goal. It's just like going through this season of growth.
Yeah.
You know, people go through different seasons and...
This is a weird going through the motions kind of thing here, yeah.
Really weird.
I'm glad everyone's giving me snaps in the chat.
Let's go. Go Queen.
Cause it does. That pisses me off. If I have a family and they're falling apart, it is my job as a mother, as a parent, to bring them back. Because I not that I control the family or anything, but that's not gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, that's not gonna happen. And my mom would do the same.
Yeah.
My mom, if one of us wasn't talking to one another, which has happened, like I've been in fights with my siblings before where we won't talk. My mom's like, do it. Stop. Like, we're not doing that. I was being sarcastic. I have zero context on this story.
You're on the money, though. Anyways, guys, we got another family hot garbage story. My brother demands I sell my home for him after I dedicated my life raising him?
How many more things do I gotta do for you?
My 38 male parents passed away when I was 23, and my little brother, Adam, 27 male, was 12.
Dang.
He inherited my parents' money in an account with me as payee until he turned 18, but he asked me to manage the account for him after that. It paid for his needs until he graduated and got a job in 2016, and it sat until 2020.
Nothing crazy happened that year, right?
Nothing at all. I inherited the house, the family business, and the massive debt. I plan to sell the business and the house and move him to live with me. But Adam had a massive meltdown, and the therapist I sent him to insisted he needed to be close to his friends, even though we had no other family there and my entire life was in another country. Against my better judgment, I moved 4,800 kilometers back home. I quit my old job, broke my lease, tried to maintain a long-distance relationship with my girlfriend at the time, juggling my parents' business, and trying to pay for a house with most of the mortgage left all by myself.
Anyone have an idea how much 4,800 kilometers is 2 miles?
Yes, it is around 2,400 miles.
Wait, 48?
That is 6,000 miles.
You were closer when you originally had it.
4,000?
It's about 3,000.
3,000.
So that's like across the country.
Like me.
Like me.
Not you.
Yes, like me.
I was longer. I was coast to coast, really. I was actually coast to coast. You were like mid-America. I'm better than you.
You have like 8 hours on me.
10.
From Ohio to like Asheville.
Still a lot.
I'm going to be honest, 3,000 miles from LA is like LA to Boston.
I started dating Emily, now 34, when Adam was 16. And when he moved for college, he gave Emily his blessing to move in with me. We got married when Adam was 21, and we are expecting our first child.
Congrats.
Emily helps me run the business, which barely survived 2020. The house is paid off, and I'm starting to turn a small profit again. In 2020, Adam lost his job, and I gave him the rest of his money in his account to support himself, and he asked me to handle the bills. Every month, I'd send him some food money and let him know his updated balance. He doesn't have a good enough pay for the remainder of his lease, October, and I warned him about that in January, that Emily and I can't afford to support him. I gave him two options. One, get a job and pay his rent, and I'd pay for his food bill, or move home and live with us for free while working for the family business.
Two solid options, honestly.
I feel like those are kind of the only two options you have.
That's what everyone else has. Those are my two options.
I wish those were my options.
I would never work.
Keon can't go back home. This is his only option, is working here.
Aww.
Can you? Well, you could move back to Arizona
I never lived in Arizona.
to live with your family.
My dad?
Is your family in Arizona?
My dad is.
He lost it, saying that it was my fault for sacrificing my life for the business and the house, and that he shouldn't have to give up his life since I was supposed to take care of him.
Oh,
Parents only have to take care of you till you're 18. You're 23. Come on now.
27, actually.
Adam's 27 right now?
Yeah.
I thought he was 20. I thought this happened when he was 23.
Well, I guess that happened when he was 23. He's 27 now, is what I'm saying.
He's around 21 at this time. So you're blaming your brother for no reason. He took care of you.
So he doesn't want to get a job, and he also doesn't want to move back in with them for free.
I told him I gave up my entire life for him, and I struggled to keep the house and the business alive because he wanted me to. So I don't have cash to spare to support him because I have employees and a baby on the way. He insisted I sell the house and the business and give him his half, and I reminded him that those were my part of the inheritance, not his, that I paid most of the mortgage and I kept the business alive, and I didn't want to give up everything I worked for. Our grandparents, mom's parents, late 80s, I think, are the only living relatives we have. They live in a territory overseas and refuse to take Adam or help us because my parents didn't leave them anything. So I was stunned when I received an angry phone call from my grandma calling me a greedy beastard and telling me I should be taking care of my little brother. I reminded her that he's 27 and he needs to get a job and take care of himself. He's 27. I thought it was like 27 now in 2026.
Yeah.
Not in 2020. Okay. Bro's 27. And I let her know I offered him both a home and a job with me, and he said no. Am I the a-hole? Keon, you just turned 33 years ago. Could you imagine yourself blaming your sister for this?
Yeah.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
Am I?
That's crazy.
Bro, I'd be like, I cough and I blame my sister for that.
Me too.
Do we need to get the will lawyer involved here? Do I need to explain it to your brother?
I don't know. I'll be like, then what's your other option? Complaining is going to get you nowhere. But by all means, keep doing it. See if it works out for you.
Go live in the woods?
I think that OP has a better head on his shoulders than his brother, because his brother seems like he's just trying to play catch up. It's never really worked out.
No,
And he also thinks that his brother owes him for some reason.
he already got all the things that he needed. Dude, you lived a great life till 27. I'm not even 27. I'm gonna turn 26 in a few months.
I think your brother needs to understand that you both had to grow up. And yeah, you were there for him. You became the adult OP, but he needs to, this is also you being an adult to him right now.
Yeah.
This isn't life. It doesn't work like that.
You can't not work and then just expect everyone to pay for you and just keep selling things in order for you to have more money. It's not how this works.
It's not.
You have to go and be a normal human being in this economy.
Dude, this is the second person that said this. A-Gal said this, and Chelly Bean Smith says, I'm 27, have a house, a kid, a job. Not in that order, but yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. It's a part of being an adult.
The entitlement is strong in this one. It's
Honestly.
true.
True.
OF's hiring. For guys, if I got an OF, who would subscribe?
I knew it.
He subscribed for 1 month, maybe.
You know why? You know why? Because he would be doing like the original idea and concept for OF. He'd be teaching people how to make like SOPs and like how to do a comedy skit.
Useful.
But with his peener out.
No. Maybe.
This, right? And this. He'd be typing with.
Whiteboard with the penor. After you set the idea for your joke, what you want to do is create the punchline. Just slap it on there.
It would just be Keon and Angie as subscribers.
No.
Can I be a part of it?
You cannot be a part of this. No, this is between my boyfriend and my girlfriend.
You're Pleakley.
Aw, I am
Oh my God,
Bleakley.
Savannah, look beside of you.
What?
At the edge of the chair.
What is it?
The bug.
It's a little earwig.
Oh, it's coming at you.
You can see it.
Stop it.
Is it a silverfish or an earwig?
What do?
You don't put it on you.
It wouldn't get on the marker, so now it's on my fingy.
Take a minute. Go outside. Leave. I don't know. Do something.
Get that away from me.
I'm 27, live with my dad again, but for health reasons. Plus, he would have been homeless without me pitching in on bills. But from 18 to at least 24, I was living with my ex. Yeah, on your own. This is a part of the adulting.
Tell your brother, OP, and be like, hey, you gotta grow up sooner or later. And guess what? It's sooner.
Comment number 1, not the a-hole. Your brother's now 27. You did the best you can to take care of him, but he's an adult. The only thing you've done wrong is continuing to take care of him for this long. I understand because he's your little brother, but you're his older brother, not his parent. It's time for him to start doing things for himself and stop expecting you to do everything for him.
Yeah.
Opie says, honestly, I think I needed this reminder. I've been his mother, father, and big brother, and I've been scared to let him fail because I believe if he failed, then I failed. That's deep. Commenter number 2, not the a-hole. You didn't inherit the duty to take care of your brother in perpetuity. He's been letting you shoulder the responsibility, like managing his money, throughout his adulthood. So it's only a small step to demanding more of you. But he's being entitled. Don't give in to his demands to sell your livelihood and home now to give him money. Don't employ him. He needs to be out on his own. Certainly house him if he needs it and pitches in respectfully with the care of the house. I'm not getting the sense that would work smoothly though. And just ignore the grandparent call. They don't even know the full context. If they want to get involved, they can help out your brother with their resources.
That's true.
Yeah, they're just pissed the parents didn't leave them anything. They're the parents of them.
Yeah.
If I die, I'm not going to give my mom $1 million. Actually, I am. Because she's the only person on my will. Never mind.
Aw.
Yeah, life insurance.
Nice.
I got the sense that he told our grandma he wasn't getting the fair share of his inheritance. I got more of the physical wealth, like property and business and possessions, while he inherited the money to support his needs. But I put a lot of my own time and money into paying off the house, upkeep, taxes, and I kept the business running and supported my employees through 2020. We have an update.
I mean, I don't...
Are we giving him half and half of all this stuff?
No.
No, I mean, he doesn't do anything. Like, you gotta at least be doing something in order to, like, get that. Like, he's just expecting it. That's where the issue is. Where he's like, well, you should just do this because I'm your brother and you've been doing it my whole life, so what's the difference? And it's like, at some point, you need to grow up.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta be independent. What happens when I'm not here?
Then what? Yeah, exactly. Or like, okay, if we're gonna be doing this, how long do you want me to be doing this? For the rest of our lives?
Yeah, like, you gotta do something for yourself.
Wake up. You are a grown up.
Yeah.
Maybe OP should have done it sooner than later, but OP was trying to navigate his own life, his brother's life, his family's life, the business.
Yeah.
OP had too much to bear on his
He had
shoulders.
a lot on his plate, and he also was like trying to make sure Adam, his brother, wasn't getting in the wrong crowd. Like, kind of just, he was just making sure that he was okay. Now that he is in a good place financially and whatever, now he's like, oh, could I have some? And it's like, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, what? You've been giving it to me my whole life. Now you're just gonna stop? Like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with you?
So, update. Thank you for everyone that commented. A few days after my post was judged, I sat down and had a video call with Adam. I told him that by the time I was his age, I had been raising him for 4 years already, and I had willingly supported him through the global pandemonium, but now the job market was workers' market, and it was time to get a job again. I didn't even think about that.
I did say it.
Of it being...
I did remember when I said, I was like, nothing bad happened that year.
No. That he's been raising him for 4 years at his age now.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
He laughed and asked if I was serious, and I told him I was, that I was removing myself as a payee on his account, period, because he had been an adult for almost 10 years, and it was time for him to act like one. I said I did my duty, and then some raising him. I have an actual baby coming that I need to raise. I handed off all financial responsibilities to him and wished him the best of luck. He tried to backtrap and accept a position and a home here with me, and I told him the offer no longer stood because I couldn't trust him to be a good house guest to my wife and eventually my baby, nor could I trust him to not pull the "my brother owns this business" card that a few pointed out too. I told him he needed to stand on his own 2 feet, not for me, but for himself, that he needed to learn to be independent. There was yelling and crying after that, but when I hung up, I was passed away certain it would be the last time I ever heard from my brother again.
Whoa,
oh my God.
really?
Dang, that much, yeah.
That's on him, though. That is him reacting to all of that. You're just telling him how it is. You're giving him the hard truth. And he just hasn't, he's a late bloomer. He just has not been able to be independent. And now that has become his norm.
Ronnie Q says, these young men need my guidance. I believe it. You should be an influencer and be the next better Andrew Tate. Do what Andrew Tate did, but way better. Leave a better impression. And Katie Politan, if brother is 27, then he might be a late bloomer to the frontal cortex being fully functional, or he's a part of the people of society that never mature and become functional adults.
I don't know. I'm hoping that he can wake up and see the error of his ways. 70% sure he probably won't. There's that 30% that maybe he can actually become a working part of society, but I don't know.
I heard from my grandparents during that time, but I told them point blank that unless they were offering to financially support a 27-year-old man, that I was done having any conversations with them regarding Adam and his inability to be responsible for himself. He called me today to tell me he just got hired for a new job that he starts in 2 weeks, broke his lease, and moved to a smaller, more affordable apartment, and met his new neighbors, a brother and a sister who helped move in his boxes and unpack his kitchen. They already have invited him to their next game night with their friends. Holy cat, that was so quick!
Yeah.
Maybe you needed some tough love. Also, how much were you paying for an apartment that you have to move into a smaller one? That's concerning. I'm always looking for like the cheapest and most comfortable apartment out there.
Originally, he was living with the brother.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't?
He was
at
living
all?
on his own. He's like, hey, by the way, you're not going to be able to live in this apartment until October. It's January now. You have to move out by October.
Yeah, but was the brother not? Nope, he
He
never
invited
lived
him
with
back
him?
into his house. He wasn't living with him.
I thought he moved out when he started to get the girlfriend.
He moved out when the girlfriend came along. Adam did, and that was whenever Adam went to college. And since college, he's lived on his own, but with the help of his parents' funding.
Got it.
I think he wanted to never have responsibilities. He has SOP to handle his money and pay his bills, and all he had to worry about was not running out of money, and then failed that. Amy Blesso says.
I
Kiana, how
feel
do you
like a
feel
lot
about
of
this
people do
update?
that.
This little happy ending.
You gotta have some tough love to have some real love, you know?
Shit.
That was bars right there. I'm watching the sunset tonight.
Nobody asked.
Okay.
He's still a little sore that I wouldn't let him have part of our parents' legacy, but he realizes he wouldn't have a new job and new friends if I hadn't kicked him into gear, and that with the way he acted, he didn't deserve it anyways.
And you know what? He still has time to prove himself. You don't give him like, oh, I'll give it to you. Be like, maybe, because he's only 27. Maybe in like 3 years, couple years, if he does it and looks good and he's on his feet and he looks like he can be a credible source to run the business with you, great. If not, great. No harm, no foul.
Agreed, dude. Yeah, that was good love. This ended way better than the other story. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Good job, OP.
Well, that's the end of that story, and we got another one coming right up. I exposed my parents' favoritism, and the whole family exploded on them.
You're evil!
I grew up knowing my parents always favored my younger brother. I was by no means unloved, but it was blatantly obvious who they cared about more. I worked a part-time job to get my first car, but my brother got one as a present. It wasn't new, but it was much newer than my car. It was the same with just about anything else like clothes, video games, and cell phones. By the way, this comes from just a big brother. And if you want to spin your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. As OP says, I'm 18 and am taking a gap year before community college to work a full-time job and save money for tuition. Smart. But a while back, I heard my parents talking about how much they were going to pay for my brother's tuition. I secretly recorded the conversation from around the corner and then came out asking my parents why they were going to pay for my brother's college but not mine.
Well, because he has a better chance of actually learning how to read and all this stuff that women can't do. Imagine they're misogynistic.
Wait.
It's making them misogynistic in this scenario.
They didn't notice my phone was recording and just said that my brother needs more help. I asked how so when I wasn't getting any sort of scholarship and he likely wouldn't either. Then I asked a few more questions about why things have always been this way. They got mad and my father told me that perhaps it's time I moved out because they are sick of keeping a roof over my head.
Whoa! Whoa!
You should leave. I'm tired of talking to you.
Like,
You should leave. I'm tired of looking at you.
Literally.
Holy cow. I thought you were my parents.
I pointed out that I pay rent, but they didn't care.
Oh, oh my God.
So you pay rent and they're like, yeah, we're sick of you having to
Holy
be here.
cow. Your paycheck means nothing here.
They're sick of keeping a roof over your head, yet you pay to live there.
At least the landlord would never say that to you.
Yes, they would.
Not like these parents.
Oh, not like these.
If you were a consistent person paying rent every month and you take care of your apartment,
Yeah.
they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that.
It seems like OP's the type of person that would do that.
I left the room and in a fit of rage, uploaded the video to 2 different social medias I have and ranted about how this is how my parents have always been.
I want to see that video.
A few hours later, my parents were pounding on my door. My dad was screaming at me about how I made them look bad.
Oh no, you mean the truth?
We fought some more and they left the room fuming. My grandparents contacted me later and said they were appalled, then came to visit with a lot of the family the next day.
Oh.
There was a huge family intervention and my parents were made to sit on the couch and look at their feet while being told off.
Oh my God. Dude, I haven't seen this move before.
Yeah, I feel like I have, but also I just get scared because they're gonna just take it out on OP. Like after the family leaves and everything. It's not like that's gonna make them change.
Oh, what were you saying? What was that, Mom and Dad? I'm live streaming with Mom and Grandpa right now.
I'm on Instagram Live.
You want to say that again louder? Oh, okay.
It was then I found out they'd been receiving money for years from my grandparents to help with family expenses.
And you were paying rent?
My brother looked like he didn't know what to do, so he sided with the rest of the family and said he's noticed how I'm treated as well.
No. I'm throwing brother under the bus.
Nope, you can't be on this side. You're over there with him. Sit on the couch. Wait, sorry, did I steal that out of you?
No, we're good.
I stole his kill.
My parents gave me a huge apology that sounded forced. My grandparents offered that I come live with them soon and said they would cut off the monthly payments to my parents.
Not only are they getting that cut off, they also ain't getting rent from you?
Dang.
Ooh, someone's gonna have to work.
My father told me I should have never told the rest of the family and now won't talk to me. My mother has been crying for days.
Oh no! Oh, that sucks. You told me to leave.
Yeah.
Maybe you should pick favorites.
Yeah, just literally don't pick favorites.
Just love me the same as my brother.
That's all you had to do.
It's because we look different?
Yeah, I wonder if he's like an affair child.
That's my thought process.
So I'm starting to wonder if I went too far. Am I the a-hole?
Hell no.
These are adults that raised you.
And they're being completely unfair.
I like how at the end of it they're still mad at you for revealing the truth to your family.
It's like I've been dealing with this my entire life and now the truth of it is exposed and they're mad that you made them look bad. They're not mad that, you know, they got exposed or anything. They're just mad that other people know how mad or how bad of parents they are. Oh no, you did it to yourselves. Comments. Comment number 1 says, not the a-hole. Your parents are just pissed because people know the truth about them and they're no longer going to be receiving handouts from your grandparents. That's what they're really upset about, losing the free money. Go live with your grandparents. They sound awesome with how quickly they backed you. Comment number 2 says, not the a-hole. They were given monthly payments for family expenses, not their favorite child expenses. Plus, if they didn't do anything wrong, they wouldn't be upset about you telling the rest of the family, nor would there be an intervention. Favoritism is horrible and causes a lot of damage. I mean, you are getting thrown out for asking why your little brother was getting help and you weren't. I hope you take your grandparents' offer to move out and save money to pay tuition fees. Oh, and don't feel guilty about anything. Your parents made this bed and they have to lay in it, not you.
Agreed.
There's a reply, yeah, this shocked me. How could they be so effing one-sided to make one child struggle when the other had better help? There's another reply, I'll place my bets on which of the two offspring will be more successful in life, at least for the next 10 years or so. Hint, it won't be golden child. Oh, and there's an update 5 days later.
Ooh, living with the grandparents. It's nice. Sitting by the pool right now. Granny's making me a pina colada.
I hope that you did get out of there because it's just going to be toxic.
And you're going to have to pay rent.
Yeah, they're not going to start treating you well. It's just going to be the same thing. And it'll probably get a lot worse because now they know that you were the cause of their
punishment.
Yeah. So they're just going to keep taking it out on you. So you should get out of there. I would advise you to do so.
Grandparents' house are way funner than your parents' house.
And also free living.
Yeah.
Update 5 days later.
Let's do it.
I decided to go ahead and call my grandparents to accept their offer to move in. During the phone call, I asked them why there were monthly payments being sent to my parents. Turns out my parents were living beyond their means for a while because my mother quit her job to be a full-time stay-at-home mom.
I knew it. I knew the mom wasn't working. I had a feeling about that.
My grandparents decided to help by sending them money monthly to help with my parents' mortgage and also to set aside some of that money for college savings for both my brother and I that was to be split evenly.
Oh, you think that's happening?
Bro.
Turns out my parents only planned to put that savings towards my brother's college.
That's crazy.
And that's also how they bought his car as well.
Shut up.
So from now on, my parents are on their own financially. Likely, my mother will have to go back to work to help my dad keep up with the mortgage. I confronted my parents and asked why they've always treated my brother as the favorite. Then I asked if there was something I needed to know.
Oh no. Affair baby? Cheating? Adopted? What is it?
Maybe
What is it?
like
What is
an
it?
unplanned.
Is it because your brother was born in the year of the dragon? That's happened before. That has happened
Once.
before.
I know. I hear the story every time.
That was the best highlight of my life.
Turns out there was nothing.
Ah! Even worse.
Dang!
Is that worse than having like a really stupid reason?
I have blue balls!
Oh.
Someone make me explode. I'm pissed.
Dang!
Inhaled nut feels like.
I know, you did get really red.
Dude, I'm so pissed right now.
Literally nothing. I'm not an affair baby. Not even an unplanned pregnancy. They just liked my brother more.
He's just more chill like that.
Oh, he's cool. You're just boring, kind of nerdy.
Have you ever seen yourself run?
I I was mad as heck, and we argued a lot before I left the room because I'd had enough. My grandparents showed up on Saturday with a moving truck. My parents were floored when we started bringing in boxes to pack. My father got in our way and reminded him how he said that I should move out, so I am. My mother cried some more and said my father was just angry in the moment when he said that, and they had been counting on my rent money to help with my brother's college fund.
What? Make that make sense!
They're still saying this. Your brother needs to make it to college. You're not going to go far.
That's why we had you, so you can pay for your brother's college.
Your brother needs to go to UCLA for 4 years to have a business minor. Come on, he needs this.
That's just crazy.
Your brother's better than you. He needs this.
Yeah, like what?
I like how your dad said, oh, I said it in the heat of the moment, and I didn't mean it, but we need your rent to pay for your brother's college.
Yeah.
What?
And the fact, I'm going to point out the fact that OP has literally done nothing. They just don't like him as much as the other child is insane. Because how do you, it's not like you can fix that.
You know?
It's like, you just don't like me. My own parents.
I think there is something, because whenever they're in bed with themselves, mom and dad, you know they're chatting about something. Oh, did you see how OP opened the fridge this morning? Oh, stupid. You see how he dropped that can of pineapple juice? Oh, freaking idiot. Younger brother would never do that. He's perfect. There's been, Keon, do you think there's been conversations like that between the two parents?
I mean, I'm sure there has, but
There's no way they just say nothing and they're just, they resent him in some way, shape, or form.
They probably do like a look at each other and like, he sucks.
Mesa Racer says, my dad did this because I was a girl, but the firstborn, he saw it was me as ruining his life. But once he admitted that, now we started over and we get along now. This is crazy. This is a great story.
I asked if that meant he would never have had to pay rent like I did when he turned 18. My father then said that since I was taking a gap year to work, my rent money could have helped my brother.
Make that
That's
make
not
sense.
your responsibility as a brother is not to provide for your other brother. I know in the other story, yeah, but like this one, you have your parents, and they if they really think that the brother needs money, why doesn't the mom work to get more money?
Yeah.
Instead, let's just take it from our other child when he's like taking a gap year so he can have money to afford a better future, which means they never intended for him to get a job while going to college. There's a little bit left here. This honestly, this is kind of like my dad. He's one of 4.
Okay.
And he's the 3rd. His parents paid everything for everyone else except him.
What?
And I don't know why. Like they paid for college, they paid for cars. Like my dad had to pay for college, pay for his car. And my dad actually is the most successful out of all of them.
Because he knew what motion gets you. If you got motion, you can keep it up. And it'll just snowball into so many other things.
And it's funny because my dad is the one who keeps, like, they all keep in contact, but like mostly my dad is the one who makes the effort. Go there for birthdays, go there for like special occasions, just visit often, just, call his dad, see how everything's going.
Chiller, dude.
Yeah.
Let's finish this story up. Awesome guy.
My grandpa was enraged and confronted my father, saying he raised him better than this. He chewed him out, saying he's never been more disappointed in him and they will no longer receive any more financial support. Then he said he'd disown them both if they ever tried to retaliate against me for exposing them.
Ooh.
My father backed down and neither he nor my mother said another word to me. I had a bit of an awkward conversation with my brother as we said our goodbyes. And that was it. I just got in my car, waved, and drove off. I'm now fully moved into my new room at my grandparents' house. It's a little smaller, but nice. And my grandparents are very welcoming. I'm going to keep working hard to move forward from here, and I appreciate everyone's support.
Keon, I hate to ask this, but is there an update or anything?
Never hate to ask that.
That is crazy. Good for you, OP. Also, can we move in with your grandparents?
Can we move in?
I think that they got some sort of fish pond near them, like with koi fish or like some sort of aquarium. I feel like these grandparents are into that stuff.
No update. Just OP responding to people saying thank you and like kind of like the financial stuff behind the scenes. Nothing really crazy.
Wow. Hey, gal, my parents paid for all of our college. Let's go. I don't even think we're going to send my kid to college, honestly.
What if they want to, though?
Depends on what they want to do. I went to college. It only costs like $7,000.
By the time you have kids, it's going to be like 3 Bitcoin.
Can't really predict the future, dude. Honestly, I would tell them, yo, get into a trade job, dude. W granddad. These comments come from the story, I exposed my husband's coworker. He confessed he loves her. Posted on June 6th of 2026. Opie found a text from her husband's coworker confessing she wanted him everything she had, but swore she would never act on it because she loved her own husband. Instead of letting it go, Opie sent the screenshot straight to the coworker's husband. That one more move blew 2 marriages wide open. The coworker fired back a furious text saying she was free now, and Opie's own husband turned on her, refusing to quit his job or cut contact. If you are curious to learn more about the story, please go check out that right now.
Juliana Marie says, immediate divorce with husband on story 1 when he told Opie to apologize. Ha 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 ha, my threshold is low. Have higher standards, people.
Yeah, you really do. We need to raise the bar. What's happening here?
Yeah.
And another comment here from Alicia Palmer 5819 saying, so the coworker was willing to cut contact, but Opie's husband wasn't? Okay. Another comment here by Rebecca Thompson 3210 saying, 100% the man refuses to cut contact or set boundaries and told his wife to apologize to the woman he's had feelings for the last 3 years? Let's be for real.
Go date her at that point.
And one last comment here by CR Tall 614 saying, OP should leave her husband. He emotionally cheated for 3 years. Why bother therapy? Anyway, hope they will all make it. And if not, then hope that OP will get through that.
Great comments by everyone. Thank you for writing those. We're always looking at the comments, especially if you put my name on them. I'm always looking at them. Riley, you let the kid decide what they want. Trade school / degrees, classes, most degrees, yes. If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow. Yo, don't leave yet. Please don't exit out of this video. We have more stories for you, and I know you got more stuff to do, so hang around.
My rude sister-in-law hates my kids. I won't tolerate it. How rude. How rude. Why you gotta be so rude? I don't know how to handle this whatsoever. This is my first child so far, born 3 years ago. He was planned, and my husband and I are very happy with him. Obviously, he's a handful, but I think we got lucky because he's calmer than most children in the past 3 years. By the way, this comes from Celisa Baby Hater. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. Sister-in-law married to my husband's brother, and her husband are child-free, which is fine. But I think she has deeper issues, and it's imposing on my family. I'm worried she actually literally hates children. Thinking about it, it's okay, but if she hated children, she needs to help herself if that is the case, as there are many situations where I need to be with my son or that I should not have to find a babysitter. When I first announced the news of my pregnancy, brother-in-law was very happy for us and was happy to have a nephew. He gave a great present for our son too. I didn't think of it too much at the time, but sister-in-law was hardly happy for us. Although she did congratulate us, it was very dry. I'm starting to be convinced that it's not that she doesn't only want no children in her private life, she doesn't want to be around children, period. My husband and brother-in-law are very involved with each other, family business. So we see each other all the time. I'm happy that brother-in-law is happy to see our son, but sister-in-law's attitude has been very off-putting. I do have a full-time job, but for the most part, work stays at work, and my parents are the babysitters. I often visit my husband at work. They own bakeries, coffee shops with our son for a couple hours at a time. Not every day, but often enough. If I need to leave, I just leave. But I make it a point to drop by when it's not busy. Sister-in-law often helps out work there with the management-related stuff or simple prep stuff. Anything to help out is needed, so I run into her every so often. Every single time I visit my husband, and she happens to be there, she gets in a really sour mood. I visit my husband, and him seeing our son puts him in a good mood, and brother-in-law always seems to be really happy when he's there too. I want to stress that this is a cafe area, and children are here often, and my son is magically not a huge crier. I help with a few things here and there, but I otherwise sit down at one of the tables with my laptop and chill, and talk with my husband or brother-in-law for small talk when they can. The other day, sister-in-law sat down across me and asked, "Does son really have to be here? Isn't that sort of inappropriate?" I asked her to expand, and she told me it's inappropriate to have him distracting husband and brother-in-law from work. But it's completely nonsensical because children are here all the time, and husband and brother-in-law aren't doing desk work. They're dealing with front of house work most of the time. She told me it's best to keep son home with our parent, but I told her the whole point of becoming is to let my husband see our son. He and brother-in-law work 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., so husband misses out on son a lot. I told her that I should be able to visit my husband with my son. The whole conversation was pretty civil, no indicative tone or anything. He was clearly pretty sour though, and it put me off. I talked to brother-in-law about it. I've known him a long time, and he apologized about it, saying she's just not a fan of children. Other things include going to the park with my son. This isn't too often, but every so often when the weather is nice, I take him outside with our dog. Side note, we live in the same neighborhood. We don't run into each other often here, but clearly it happens. She told me I shouldn't have brought my son to the park and let people relax here. What? It's the park.
To the park?
That's like where kids are. Yeah, that's like Kid Central. I disagree because it's a park and there are always children here and there. We weren't at the playground, but there is one nearby. She and her husband were just having a mini picnic when I ran into them and said hi. I wasn't going to join them, but with her sudden attitude, I think she worried I would be. I left after 5 minutes of talking with brother-in-law. He was sour and rude the whole time, telling me I should have left my son with my parents, who lived 20 minutes away from me. I just wanted to walk the dog. I'm pretty sure her husband caught on to her attitude. I don't know what happened after we left. Other issues include family reunions. Of course, I bring my son, and after asking the host of the reunion if that's okay, and it always is. We're older than the other extended family, but they're starting to get married. I'm the only one with a kid. They're all quite receptive of my son, and if he cries, I will always take him away to calm him down, and I just leave him in a room where he's napping. Thankfully, someone is always volunteering to be in the room with him because he's still at the cute stage. But again, this is always an issue with sister-in-law, telling me I should have had a babysitter. The host only said yes because they feel bad. I see the reception everyone has to my son. I can tell he's not a nuisance to everyone's fun, and there's no less booze, and they're still as loud as ever anyways. She tells me he shouldn't be here. It's rude of me to bring him, etc., etc. I ignore her because I very explicitly got permission from the host. Apparently, at this year's reunion, my husband's cousin came up to me and asked what sister-in-law's beef was. Because sister-in-law went up to the cousin, the host, and apparently said things like, "Don't you think me and OP's son are being rude, annoying, shouldn't be here? Why didn't they get a babysitter?" And cousin said it was off-putting. I do have a babysitter aside from my parents for when it matters, and I've used her plenty of times. I will offhandedly mention sister-in-law's passive-aggressive statuses on Facebook about children being in inappropriate places. But I don't go on Facebook often, so I will only catch it every so often. I just don't know how to handle sister-in-law. We are around each other so often, so avoiding her is going to be incredibly difficult. Update! I wasn't expecting to update this soon, but I met up with brother-in-law after I posted the original post, and with everyone giving good advice, I worked myself up to ask him directly myself because I was in the mood. He goes on a run every so often, and I called him asking if we could take a walk, just him and me, and he said it was fine. I told my husband I don't know if he told sister-in-law. I asked him how much my husband told him about the issue between sister-in-law and me and my son. And at first, he said that he brought it up with sister-in-law to lay off with the rude comments. But then he admitted something and hadn't really been telling her. He told me some really huge news, that for a while he's been rethinking about being child-free with her. Some people actually said this in the last post. He said it's been going on for a couple years now after my son was born, and he was surprised at how much he enjoyed seeing him and playing with him. I told him this really surprised me because he had been child-free for so long, but he said it was more sister-in-law that convinced him to be child-free.
Wow.
And brother-in-law never really craved children in the first place. He said ever since he's been playing with my son at every chance he can get, because he's not allowed to babysit if sister-in-law is present, he's been rethinking it, and it's been happening since he was only a year old, if barely. This matches up with when sister-in-law has been getting more and more rude to me and my son. But when I asked him why she was so cold when I first announced my pregnancy, he just said she didn't care. He says it's every time he plays with his nephew and rethinks it. He told me some pretty private details between him and sister-in-law, and apparently she got her tubes tied after he admitted to rethinking about being child-free. So he was like, yeah, I don't know if I, I think I may want kids. And she was like, tubes tied.
I can't.
Too bad.
Ow.
And says this was making sure it wouldn't happen because she refused to have children due to her career. He says he swears she doesn't hate children that much, just
Oh my gosh. He's exposing her.
He says he's been rethinking their relationship because he's been seeing his nephew grow more and is regretting his child-free decision, and his marriage because he's stuck as child-free. I mean, yeah, if you want kids, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
We talked a little more about his relationship, but I won't post all the details. But basically, he knows it's either having children with someone else or staying with sister-in-law and never having children. They don't have a dog because she doesn't want one too, and he's worried it'll be too late in life for him to 1, find someone else, and 2, have the child. I'm going to be helping him out with some of his issues, and I won't actively encourage him to divorce sister-in-law, but I definitely won't stop him because I feel that what she's been doing is kind of crappy. Tubes tied to tie him down, way more controlling than I thought. And edit, a huge clarification. It is not what she did that was controlling. It is what she said to him that was controlling. She came home, said she got her tubes tied, and told him that now you can't have kids, essentially making the decision for him that he won't be changing his mind. Yes, he can always divorce, but it was still kind of crappy. She can do what she wants, but not say something like that to him. And double edit, please stop asking how exactly that's controlling of her. I don't know. I'm just saying what brother-in-law told me she said to him and what pissed him off. I'm just now realizing people are thinking I'm saying getting her tubes tied is what was more controlling than I thought. No, she as a person is more controlling than I thought. So sister-in-law has definitely been taking out aggression on my son, but also understandably telling us off as to save her own marriage, which is way more down the crapter than I should have imagined.
I hope he gets
Like,
out of there
why-
and like has a wonderful family.
Yeah. It's just like, have that conversation. She doesn't have to ever want kids. That's totally her decision.
Yeah.
But if you're in a partnership with someone who says, like, you know what, I've been thinking about it and I think I might want kids, don't be like,
Don't do that.
don't be like, oh, I'm going to get my tubes tied and not tell you, and then you can't have kids. Like, have a conversation. Say,
Yeah.
hey, that's not what I want. Is this something that we're going to regret not having? Like, is
Right.
this something that, can we exist in our marriage without them? Or is this
Right.
something that down the line you're going to resent me for?
Right. Because I mean,
Like, have an adult conversation.
yeah, I mean, people always have kids like in their like 20s and 30s usually. And so from that point on to when like a lot of people live into like 80s or 90s or something, that's if you want kids, you want to start around that time and then you can't or decided that you like this person isn't letting you have kids, pretty much not with her anyway. That's a long time. That's like half of your life that you could have these kids and see
Yeah.
their lives grow and stuff.
Apparently, the issue sort of started when my son was first born, and he was a pretty typically ugly baby. And at home, sister-in-law was talking about how effing ugly the baby was. Why would anyone ever have something like that? Such a nuisance. And while brother-in-law didn't exactly stop, he said ever since that comment, it was far in the back of his mind. So I have no idea what the F is going to happen now. Edit, the only thing I'll be involving myself in is letting brother-in-law in my life a little more so he can be around his nephew and see if he actually does want his own kid, as opposed to just really liking his nephew. I'm not actually going to be playing marriage counselor. And that is the end of the story.
Wow. My sister-in-law excluded me from her wedding photos, so I excluded her from mine too.
An eye for an eye makes the
Boo.
whole world angry.
Get comfortable because this is a long one with lots
right.
of subtext, LOL. So, this was before my husband and I got married and leading up to it. My sister-in-law never got along with me. Why? I will never know. Reasons I figured out she didn't were small, but passive-aggressive gestures. Not including the fact that she's a major drama causer.
Freaking drama llama over here.
By the way, this comes from Plant Mama 0235. And if you want to submit your own stories, just go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. She'd ignore every compliment I gave to her Facebook posts, but commented on others. No biggie, could care less, but seemed odd. When I'd visit, we could be on the same couch, and she'd literally turn her body so she was facing away from me as much as she could. When I'd speak to her directly, she'd blow me off or completely ignore me. She demands that everyone works around her time schedule, and no one is allowed to start partying or eating until she arrives. She would never invite me to a single thing. My husband dragged me along because he could care less of her opinion, which, by the way, also included her wedding. I was happy for her. She has two of the most adorable kids with a guy, and they were getting married, and the kids were in it. So cute. She told me specifically to not wear the wedding colors. Okay. I mean, it wasn't hard. I would have originally had to buy something if I did. But the day before her wedding, she's such a bridezilla. My heavens, it was insane. She ordered everyone around for the dumbest things. She demanded her wedding photos be outside, but no one could go stand in the shade in case she needed them. And this was mid-hot summer. Oh, wow. Wasn't much of a problem for me, but her mom doesn't handle heat well for medical reasons and got sick. She didn't seem to care. Everyone had to go by the schedule except her, which she was late to everything by at least 1 hour, making everyone wait places, whether at a hot park or sitting waiting for the wedding to start. We had to follow them around because she wanted everyone to see her get photos taken of herself in the bridal party. She demanded my husband to wear a very nice suit and he was going to be an usher. No, she didn't ask. She demanded. And yes, this was also a day before the wedding. So he had to rush to a suit store, spend $350 on a new suit that got the colors. And then in the end, she never had him do it anyways. We get to the wedding and boy, am I getting dirty looks. Turns out the guy she's marrying in their culture all wear the wedding colors. guests.
Oh, and she told her
included.
not to.
She told her not to.
Oh, you
And I feel like
triggered.
wearing the wedding colors is a pretty like common thing. I
Yeah.
don't think you like necessarily have to in a lot of weddings, but it's
No.
definitely suggested and preferred.
Yeah.
And obviously, she had her mom and dad wear the colors and demanded her brother to. So I was literally the only one at the wedding not in wedding colors. After the ceremony, they did family photos. There were so many, but understandable. You want to have a lot of pics to remember. She made sure my husband and I were in exactly one photo and were again kept out of 99% of the family photos. Again, I brush off because I'm dating him at the time, so it's not like we're married yet. Keep in mind, we've been dating for 3 years and friends for 5 years, so I've been around for a while. Proceeds to spend her entire wedding ignoring us and her parents at her own wedding. Despite all her BS, we decided to gift her a $350 dishware set. It was beautiful. She had a whole family to take care of. I figured they'd love it. I always enjoy giving gifts because it's always seemed to make people happy. And she complains that it wasn't sent to the right address. We sent it to the address on her registry. And then 2 weeks afterwards, she put it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace for $200. My perfect then boyfriend proposes so adorably. He knows I'm people shy, so he does it in the comfort of the home with our favorite snacks and just leans over with the ring and asks. I decide on a parents and grandparents, and the people in the line were the only ones to go to the ceremony. I wanted something sweet, quiet, and special. I don't like a crowd and wasn't planning to be anxious during my own ceremony. I also didn't have people walk down the line and had classical violin music playing in the background. Just a peaceful moment. I had my maid of honor, sister-in-law of my brother, 2 bridesmaids, sister and niece, and a bridesman, my brother. He has best man, brother, groomsman, my brother-in-law, and a groom's girl, his sister. Boy, did she pitch a fight when I said no kids, no extra family, no phones, paying $6,000 for a photographer. I want them pretty. She demanded I allow her kids and husband in the room. My husband helped me stand firm, so she said she wasn't coming and hoped I enjoyed the ugly photos. Mature, am I right? She decides a month before the wedding she's coming, but since her kids and husband aren't allowed at the wedding, it will just be her. Obviously, not what I said, but whatever. She then proceeds to cause drama. She doesn't want to be alone at a hotel, so she prevents her parents from enjoying any of the family wedding traditions. They make it late to photos, and she complains the entire time about the cold and how her wedding was so much warmer. She never smiles the whole time she's there, and in the single wedding photo she was put in, and witched about how the photos would look ugly at such a boring park. This is before the ceremony, mind you. So before we leave for the ceremony, I told the photographers to put her in as few pictures as they possibly could. They seemed eager to agree. So any wedding photos beyond that did not contain her at all, putting her in exactly one photo at the park. Oopsie. Right. And then she also made it so her parents missed out on the after wedding family traditions because she was tired and wanted to go back to the hotel, and told us it wasn't a good enough wedding to bring a gift to. What the heck?
What?
You have to have a very entertaining wedding with horses and with music and a live band and a DJ.
If your wedding doesn't have the queen, then I'm not bringing a present.
It's not worth a gift.
Your wedding was dull. Entertain me, little boy.
I was a little hurt that they put her first when I wanted to include them in traditions that were so important to my family, but nothing I could really do about it. On a side note, the lovely extra drama included 2 people that wore white. My aunt's verbally harmful ex-husband showed up and caused a riot and small tussle with a couple of guys in my family, hauling his butt out. Their daughter was upset, rightfully so, and got wasted and caused a racket and was also taken out gently. Realized we had a dry wedding for religious reasons, so I guess she came prepared. We're still a little sore about all the drama, but can still laugh at all the random happy moments we got to share. Also, don't come after me. It was a dry wedding, but had so much dessert and non-heavy drinks to make anyone happy, with plenty of actual board games to play. That's fun, having board games at a wedding.
I love board games.
That's an amazing idea.
I literally had that idea while I was like doing this. I was like,
really?
You know, what'd be cool is if I had like around the table while I'm taking pictures, if I knew what family members knew how to play what games, or I taught them, and then everyone just played Catan
Oh my
around
God.
the whole
This is my dream wedding.
Whoa.
My dream wedding, we're all gonna be playing cards.
Our wedding signing book was Jenga blocks. Joke's on her. Love this man, so I'm going to be around for a long but time. Our personal one regret we shared for our wedding, that we didn't eat enough wedding cake.
No!
Oh, so sweet. That's such
Eat
a
the
wholesome,
cake.
sweet thing. Am I the a-hole for keeping her out of our wedding photos? Edit. I have bad social anxiety, so I usually try to deal with most things. I tried to make peace and try to build a relationship, but gave up. My family is very protective of everyone, so if I had pitched a fit, she'd have 75 plus on her saggy butt, and I don't think it would be the best plan for such a large riot. I did the photo thing more because of how she acted and frowned the entire time like a pouting child, and I wanted positive photos only. There is still a little bit more, but going back to that question, is OP the a-hole for excluding the sister from the photos?
No, your sister was such a messy woman. And she
Yeah.
was causing problems up and down the wazoo.
Yeah.
And when you cause problems, you got consequences. And you can't be in the cool, pretty pictures if you're going to make a fuss and pitch a fit.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, my answer is she the a-hole? No.
What? Oh, yeah. Sorry. We're talking about the sister still.
No.
Hope you're not the a-hole.
Not at all.
You're lovely. And I want to marry you too.
We no longer care at this point, but it has been brought up a few times that she wasn't in really any photos. My parents are still sour towards her actions of causing my husband's parents to miss the traditional activities. Thank you for the small support. It really boosted my mood and gave a small light that it isn't worth the extra anxiety, and she's pretty much blocked from everything for peace of mind and just a holiday burden from now on.
She
LOL.
freaking
And that's it.
stinky. Ouch.
That's nice because I'm so glad that the parents agree and it's not people like at her throat being like, why did you do that? Why did you
Yeah.
not let her be in pictures?
And everyone was like, you understand.
yeah, she's the worst.
This lady stinks.
Yeah.